Rutherford, New Jersey. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Carolina Panthers and the New York Giants. The mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Get this one up to about the 39 here. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
They go play action. Cousins. They'll find Nwangu underneath. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw complete there to Beckham. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Now here's Palmer on the jet sweep. Dancing away at the 35. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play. So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. On the give is Nwangu. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Kene Nwangu. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers will strike first here in this wild card matchup. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. Joey slide out, a kickoff after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. The Charles first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
A first down carry for Barkley. A beautiful fake. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So not quite a first and goal just yet as they come up now second and inches. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a first and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Second down and goal. Jones. That's to Galladay, and he's got it. Touchdown, New York. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Now this thing gets marked where it went out of bounds, so they're going to have really good starting field position near midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at their own 46. Now Cousins. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Handoff here to Nwangu. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
Play fake. Cousins. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Touchdown, Carolina. Odell Beckham, 34 yards. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 8. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It was Danielle Hunter to make the play in the backfield. Now on 2nd and 13. Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. Throwing Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense, and you think about the man in charge, their head coach, this marking his first ever playoff game as the head coach, and you wonder what's going through his mind right about now.
Brandon, I think we both agree that he's had a great season, and we wouldn't be surprised at all to see him get plenty of Coach of the Year votes. I thought he took the right tone in his weekly press conference, though. Played it cool, took the reserved angle, and when you don't have the track record, I think that's the exact right way to do it.
And some space here. Uses a stiff arm. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. An excellent gain, 35 yards. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Cousins. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Cousins again. This is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Throwing, Cousins. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Evan Ingram there to make the grab. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Now Joey Sly for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, that he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. And incomplete on the deep ball. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And that is no good. No good. Wide to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Throwing deep for Galladay. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27. Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines, as extra defense.
That's to Galladay, and he's got it. Touchdown, New York. Kenny Galladay with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are able to draw a bit closer. This time, the extra point up and good. And this is back to an 8-point game. touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Here's Nwangu. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range. Now Jones. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught by Galladay. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Jones. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Gano's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. McCaffrey on the return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
They'll start with the option. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. Off the play fake, Jones. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. And in 2 plays just like that, they're already operating in the red zone.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 54 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. McCaffrey, and he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Christian McCaffrey, a 3-yard touchdown run, and the Giants have taken the lead. Jones throwing for it. It is intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Jeff Gladney. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. A nice run right there, and we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of, and here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Touchdown! Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Well, normally the first thing most fans think of with Odell Beckham are the one-handed catches, right? But he's also pretty darn good, Charles, with the ball already in his hands. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead is up to 8. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. McCaffrey on the return. And he returns this to the 22.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that
gets through, and now an opening. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley on the option. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Jones going deep downfield for Ross. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal. That's to Galladay, and he's got it. Touchdown, New York. Kenny Galladay saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Giants are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Throwing is Cousins. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. To throw is Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
The coverage that time was unbelievable the whole way around. I mean, you've got a quarterback just standing back there in the pocket. He had all night to survey the field, and he still couldn't find anybody. And when he finally did throw it, he threw it to the other team.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. 67 yards rushing for him now to this point.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's on Kelechi Osemele, the guard. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Running left, it's Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Oh, no, he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
On 2nd and 12, Cousins completes it to Evan Ingram. Still fighting for more. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. They'll check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Brandon, you know, this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football. They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
And his kick is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. Room here to run. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Carolina. Kene Nwangu with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. From just shy of midfield, Jones got his man complete over the middle. That's Ross. And he's going to be out of bounds but not before he takes it inside the 40. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. Two important parts to that play. One, you get a first down, obviously, Charles. Two, managed to get out of bounds.
Love the way you dissected that, but he threw it in the middle of the field, so they picked up the first down, but he had to work his way to the sideline to stop the clock. What a great effort.
Here's Jones on first down. Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off down at the 2, and he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
First play's a run with Nwangu.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they can pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
Here's the Panthers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And taken right on the 30. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Jones. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And they will take a knee here.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Yeah, get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win